It's Jets versus Falcons week at MetLife Stadium Sunday at 1 o'clock. Let's preview the game right now. And well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watts2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. All right, so this is the Jets' last stand. They have lost 4 games in a row. They're 4-7. A lot of people are thinking that they don't have any kind of a chance in the world to make a legitimate run at the postseason. They may very well be right, but one more loss, especially to a team like Atlanta, and they are pretty much buried. Atlanta, on the other hand, is 5-6. They got a lot to play for. They're tied for first, amazingly, in the just woeful, just terrible NFC South. Can the Jets get reassigned there for next season? That'd be really nice. But anyway, let's do what we always do. We're going to preview the game, both sides of the ball, some random game notes, and at the end, I got a lot of notes for the Virginia Jets fans club. All right, first of all, when Atlanta is on offense against the Jets defense, well, Desmondridder has 7 touchdowns to 8 interceptions this season. He was benched at one point for Taylor Heinicke. Personally, if Heinicke was good to go, that's who I would be starting, but, go ODU. But that is not the way that that's not their scheme of things. That's not what Arthursmith wants to do. But Ritter has been sacked 25 times, and I actually really wish Heinicke had been signed by the Jets to be their primary backup. Jets would have a lot more wins this season. But despite the limitations in the passing game, their running game has been quite good. The Falcons average 139 rushing yards per game. That's the 5th most in the NFL. Rookie Bijanrobinson, number 7, is averaging 5 yards per run. He's got 3 touchdowns, but he's got 2 fumbles as well. And the other thing to keep in mind is Robinson can catch out of the backfield. 32 catches for 240 yards and 3 more touchdowns. So the Jets are really going to have to keep an eye on number 7. Tyler Algier, the second running back in his second year, 135 carries for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns as well. And still kicking around is cordarrellepatterson, number 84. Patterson reminds me a little bit of Darren Sproles. If you remember the former San Diego Charger, he just never goes away. He won't play much, but when he does play, he always has the ability to bust one with his excellent speed. And Patterson played a lot more this past Sunday when the Falcons had a huge win against the rival New Orleans Saints. He had 16 snaps. That's only the second time this season he played double-digit snaps. He had 8 carries for 43 yards. So there's a good chance at some point cordarrellepatterson comes in as well. Now, with the Atlanta offensive line, one player to watch is right tackle kalebmcgary. He really struggles against speedy rushers, so maybe Will McDonald, maybe Bryce Huff can take advantage of that. And also another player I'm watching is Matthewbergeron, rookie at left guard. He's been pretty good, but he's really struggled against the top-level defensive tackles that he's gone against. And Quinnenwilliams should be lined up over him. And Quinnen is the highest-ranked run defender in the whole NFL this year. That's what he needs to be on Sunday. I think Quinnenwilliams is going to be an absolutely pivotal Jet because he is the best run defender that the Jets have. Okay, also on defense, I expect the Jets to use a lot of Ashtyndavis and jamiensherwood as opposed to, say, Michael Carter II, because the Falcons are a bigger threat running the ball, and so as opposed to what they are throwing it, so they really have to make sure that they tackle effectively. Okay? And so wrap up quickly. Jordan Whitehead, that's usually the first person I think about when I think about tackling fundamentals, but Tony Adams, the same thing. All right. Now, as far as the passing game goes with the Falcons, you have drakelondon, number 5, 45 catches, 565 yards, 10 plays of 20 yards or more. He is capable of a big play. And then you have kylepitts, number 8, the tight end. He really has not been utilized as well as you'd expect a tight end who was drafted number 4 overall. 37 catches, 441 yards, only 1 touchdown. Very good pass catcher, but cannot block, and he has had some injury issues as well. And also, Atlanta has Jonnusmith, the former Tennessee Titan and New England Patriot. He's getting a little bit more playing time now, actually quite a bit more than he ever got in New England. 35 catches, 423 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, on defense, the key is to disrupt Desmond Ridder, get him flustered, and tackle effectively to limit that run game. Okay, let's do what we always do. Let's flip the script when the Jets have the football against the Falcons defense. Do you really need me to go into the Jets offensive stats? I don't really think I want to. I will give you one, though. And I mentioned this on the Wednesday Night Live show. The Jets have 159 first downs for the season. The next worst team is Pittsburgh at 181. Just to show you how bad this offense has really, really been. Now, the Falcons defense, they started the season pretty well, but as of late, they've struggled. They've given up 350 total yards or more in 4 straight games. But their run defense is pretty good. They've allowed just 4 rushing touchdowns, and Breecehall was limited earlier this week with a hamstring injury. He's, from all systems go, from what we hear, he's going to play. And another thing with the Atlanta defense, this is interesting. They have allowed 35% of third downs to be converted. That's 6th best in the league. Also, the defense is 3rd best in the league in red zone touchdown percentage allowed. So they're very good on 3rd down and red zone. And we know, we have been screaming for 2 months about just how inept this Jets offense is in those 2 particular categories. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not very encouraging. As far as some of their personnel, Calaiscampbell, number 93, came over from Baltimore to play on the defensive line, add some leadership. He's been at defensive end, actually. 34 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. No Grady Jarrett. He's out for the year with an ACL injury. But Davidonyemata, number 90, replaced him. He's pretty good. He's sort of their alpha. You know, he's sort of the energy guy on that defense. Came over from the Saints. He has 3.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 run stuffs. So he is very good at playing the run. So, hopefully what we don't see is Breece getting, they'll carry up the middle, straight up the middle for 2 yards. Because if they try to do that, if Nathaniel Hackett, for whatever reason, tries to go back to that play every single first down again and again, count on Onyemata being there, trying to stop him. So their best pass rusher for the season has been Arnoldebiketie. He has 4.5 sacks. He wears number 17. And then you've got Jessiebates, number 3, an absolute beast at safety. Played in Cincinnati for years. I wanted him on the Jets, as did a lot of people. He absolutely dominated New Orleans last week. And for the season, he is leading the team in tackles with 85, interceptions with 4, and forced fumbles with 3. He is an absolute leader. He is their heart and soul in my mind. And man, oh man, I wish he could have been a Jet. But you can't spend premium dollars at every position. We know. We used to do that with our safeties, but that's another story. Now, as far as the Jets' offensive line goes, mekhibecton will be back. Dwayne Brown seems to be a little bit of a mystery, and Wes Schweitzer is practicing on a limited basis. That would be a big help because it gets Xavier Newman out of the lineup. All right, no word on Connor McGovern, so he's going to be a little bit longer. Now, as far as the strategy goes, Timboyle, I know he doesn't have the strongest arm of all time. People aren't exactly confusing him for John Elway when it comes to arm strength, right? But he attempted only 4 passes of 10 yards or more last week. So here's my thought. If you don't trust Timboyle to throw the ball down the field, to take some chances, because when you have an offense that doesn't score, sometimes you're not going to be able to manufacture a drive. Sometimes you need to throw the ball down the field and try to hit a big play. Just a thought. But if you don't trust him to do that, then you've got to spread the ball around. Get the running backs involved. Get the tight ends involved. If that's what you're going to do, then you got to keep them guessing. Because I do expect Timboyle, while maybe not the best physical quarterback we've ever seen, to have an idea of what to do mentally, and I think he's capable of noticing an open receiver, something Zach Wilson never seemed to figure out. Okay, so get a lot of different players involved here, because I think the run game is gonna struggle here. That's my thoughts. Okay, a couple of other notes. You got to remember, the Falcons are coming off a huge win at home against the Saints to take first place in the division. Maybe there's a hangover here. I don't think that's impossible. But even if there is, are the Jets good enough to take advantage of it? Okay, they've done that in the past, but they haven't done that in quite some time. All right. And as far as kicking goes, they have younghoekoo, 22 for 23 on field goals. Very, very good kicker. One issue, though, with Atlanta, they're -6 in turnover differential. A lot of that has to do with the struggles of Desmondridder, but their running backs have fumbled as well. There are only 5 teams in the NFL with a worse turnover differential than the Falcons. So the Jets are definitely going to have to turn Atlanta over, create short fields for that offense, and then let's see what they do from there. Okay, couple notes for the Virginia Jets fans. I've actually got quite a few announcements. So 1 o'clock, AJ Gators, be there and be ready. Also, this is the last Sunday to make a donation for Toys for Tots. So bring an unwrapped, unopened toy with you. Okay, you can donate cash as well. You'll get one raffle ticket for every $15 you donate, and there will be a drawing for a $50 gift card to AJ Gators. And of course, we thank AJ Gators for helping out. The following week, let's talk about that. We've got, well, actually, before we do that, we also have a premium raffle this week, 50-50 indoor prizes, so bring your cash. And then next week against the Texans, going to be a huge day. It is Virginia Jets fans' Ring of Honor Day. Sterling will be down. He will be coming up from Florida. He will be hosting. I understand Joe Namath may be making an appearance. Can neither confirm nor deny. And we will have 5 great inductees into our Ring of Honor. It will be, I'll just give you the names, Art Neat, Barbacella, Charlie Rizzo, Chip Wersing, and Steve Cowan. So I want to give an early congratulations to all 5 of them. Great Jet fans, all great credit to the club. And that week we will also have a special regular raffle, but Sterling has some special classic Jets prizes that he's going to donate as well. You're not going to want to miss either of these next 2 weeks. They're going to be a whole lot of fun, even if the football may not be. We don't know yet. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.